The Nepsis Capital Management Studios. This is AM 1280, The Patriot, WWTC, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Intelligent Radio.
With SRN News, I'm Michael Harrington in Washington. Mike Pence standing up for Donald Trump in the wake of numerous allegations that the Republican presidential nominee mistreated women.
The media is piling on with unsubstantiated claims as the headlines, while they ignore an avalanche of hard evidence about corruption, pay-to-play, political favoritism emanating out of Hillary Clinton's years as Secretary of State.
He was a guest of Fox News Sunday. Tens of thousands of people have lost power in Oregon and Washington as the remnants of a typhoon blew in from the Pacific Saturday. More foul weather is on the way. Turkish-backed Syrian opposition forces have captured a symbolically significant town, Dabiq, from ISIS today. The commander of the Syrian opposition says some 2,000 fighters pushed into the city. The ISIS fighters gave way. This is SRN News.
Debate number 2 got personal. Real personal.
She has tremendous hate in her heart.
We've seen him embarrass women on TV and on Twitter.
Will the third and final debate be more of the same? Will Hillary continue the assault on Trump's personal life? And will Trump point his sights again on Hillary's mounting email scandal? Trump, Clinton, for all the marbles. Join us for the final debate Wednesday night. Coverage begins at 8 on AM 1280, The Patriot, Intelligent Radio.
If you're looking for a radio station dedicated to your health and wellness, look no further than our sister station, Wellness Radio 1570. It features great local and national programs to help you live a healthier life. It's Wellness Radio 1570. Learn more at TwinCitiesWellnessRadio.com. From the Blue Ox Heat and Air Weather Center, here is a quick look at your forecast. Increasing clouds at a high near 72 today. Showers and thunderstorms later today, possibly, and a 50% chance of storms tomorrow.
AM 1280, The Patriot.
I'm Teresa Morrow, the Vice President of External Relations with the Minneapolis Foundation. You know, WNAV has done a lot of pretty significant sized events for us, and they do everything from sound and lights to the audio to videotaping to making sure that all the performers look and sound right. As an event person, you really sweat the details, and when I work with WNAV, I don't worry about that stuff. They always come through for me, whether it's an event for 1,500 people or it's an intimate event and all I need is a microphone and a sound system. They can do that full range for me. Probably the greatest thing about WNAV, not only are they early, they're usually there before I am. They scout it ahead of time. They're prepared for what your event is. And I know I can count on WNAV 100% of the time. And I do.
Hi, I'm Mark, President of WNAV Audiovisual, where your meeting is our business. Online at WNAV-video.com.
Giving your computer problems the boot. Arby's Computer Service.
Hi, I'm Randy with Arby's Computer Service. What do you do when you see your computer or server start acting strange and wonder if it might have just been hacked? You just restart it and hope all is well? Many do, and that is where you're playing with fire. Imagine all of your data in the hands of someone who is not concerned about what happens to you or your company after they sell your information on the black market. If someone is not watching over your equipment like we do for many others, you are gambling with all of that data. They can even encrypt your computer and hold it hostage until you pay a ransom to get it back, or worse yet, steal your personal identity. Arby's Computer Service has solutions for you. All you need to do is call us. Do that now before you forget. Our number is 763-441-3884 or find us on the web at rbsmn.com. And remember to use us for all of your tablet and smartphone repairs too. Once more, 763-441-3884.
Giving your computer problems the boot. Arby's Computer Service.
Pro-life across America, the Billboard people.
Elijah, how did you break your arm? I fell off the monkey bars. Ooh, ouch. Did it hurt? Yeah, but I'm a big boy, so I didn't hardly cry. Did you know that babies can feel pain before they're even born? They can?
That's right. Babies can smile, suck their thumbs, and even feel pain before they're born. That's why we want to take good care of mommies and babies.
Hello, my name is Marianne Koharski. I'm the director of Pro-Life Across America, the Billboard people. If you know someone who is pregnant and in need of confidential counseling or information, please call Pro-Life Across America at 1-800-366-7773 or visit our website at prolifeacrossamerica.org. Pro-Life Across America is totally educational, non-political, and tax-deductible.
Pro-life across America, the Billboard people.
Gather round. It's time for your Real Estate Chalk Talk with the Hittner Group at Coldwell Banker Burnett. Listen closely as your coaches discuss the culture, the economy, and the political scene, and how it affects your home and your real estate investments. Real Estate Chalk Talk is where you learn the science of buying and selling real estate and the art of living in your home. Your education begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, welcome to the program. I'm Keith Hittner Sr. together with Keith Hittner Jr. and the money man, Kelvin Kaemingk, and we're broadcasting from the Rack Shack Barbecue Studios here in the Twin Cities. Remember, barbecue is a favorite fall party food because it's so darn affordable, number one. Talk about your comfort food, tender smoked meats, great sides, and it's so easy. Just go to rackshackbarbecue.com. What are you doing about that? Making fun of me.
I'm not.
Give Elliot a call at 612-326-0430, 612-326-0430. He'll be happy to help you in any way that he can. Rack Shack Barbecue is America's food, and it's the right thing to do. This is Real Estate Chalk Talk, and the website is realestatechalktalk.com. Go there and get your search tools, vendor contact information, help you fix up your home and get it ready for sale. Call us directly at 612-627-8000. That's the number to call if you need help. Remember, we can't help you if you don't call, so call 612-627-8000 and call today. Keith Reno, who's on the show?
Today we have Charlie Britt in from the grounds crew. TGCPropertyServices.com is their website, TGCPropertyServices.com, 952-292-3285. And my glasses on, 3285. So that's TGC Property Services. So we're going to chat with them a little bit about fall prep or fall cleanup, really, and taking care of your yard, and then winter prep and some of the other services they offer through the winter to stay busy, I suppose, because we'll be covered up with snow here sooner than we like to be. And then first segment, I hope we could talk a little bit about, been talking with some investor clients, folks that own duplexes, fourplexes, and then some property flippers over the last week, and what that market has been kind of like as we have a change in market. Mm-hmm. So we'll chat about that in the first segment. Calvin, how about you, sir?
I'm going to be talking about our Amex Safe Mortgage that we rolled out this past month. We'll talk about that. We're going to talk about the cost of renting versus buying, and then the rate environment through the end of the year. So those are things we're going to touch on in the fourth segment. So back to your previous comment, what is going on with the investor market right now?
Yeah,
is it a good time, bad time?
Yeah, I'll start off with a question that I received from a seller client of mine this past week, and that was regarding a duplex sale. And so he was considering, or is considering, selling his duplex, and his question was, is it better to sell the duplex in the spring, or can he sell it over the winter? So we had a conversation surrounding that, and really bottom line is, if you are an investor in real estate and you want to buy a duplex or a property to flip or a property to hold, the winter can be, or is still, the same type of market that you want to buy in, whether it's spring, winter, summer, or fall. You're just looking for something that's going to work financially for you. So you're going to be shopping around throughout the entire year. Now, what you find in the winter, if you're looking for a single-family home, is going to be something that is priced a little bit more crisp to sell sooner than later. But if it's a duplex-type property, that market is still going to be there for you, whether you're selling the property or looking to buy. Inventory does drop off in the winter.
On investment properties as well?
Yeah.
Or just everything in general?
In general. So, for instance, let's say you have a duplex and it's December.
Right.
It's fully rented, and you want to sell that duplex. Mm-hmm. If we market that property to other investor-type buyers, which is the type of buyer for that property, the market really shouldn't be any different for us to market and sell that property, because that buyer is not your everyday average home buyer.
They're not moving kids to a different school district.
No, they're a
and this or
buyer
that.
looking
Yep.
for an investment.
Yep.
And if that investment is fully operational and functional and it's cash flowing and making money, what's the difference if we buy it in December when it's fully leased out or buy it in May?
What would be the motivation of a seller to do that if it were leased out and
if they were selling?
Yeah, just
life circumstances.
Life, okay.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you get to a point in life. I mean, let's say you're senior's age, right? It's getting up there. It's getting up there, right?
Yeah.
Tough.
Well,
Yeah.
at some
A little
point,
crusty.
he's either going to, he's going to will that property to somebody, or maybe he's going to do a 1031 exchange, which is something that we're considering with this particular instance, right? You know what a 1031 exchange is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you have to when you're going to do a 1031 exchange, you're going to sell that property. You have to identify the next property, and then you can exchange those dollars that were invested in the first property, move it directly into the second property with no tax consequence at all.
So I don't want to offend my seller there saying that he's old or anything, but there are certain times in life where there are differences that there are different things you want to do, whether that is taking the money here, maybe you're moving to another state, maybe you're just deciding, hey, I bought this thing at low levels. Now it's time to cash in on the appreciation, and we have investor clients that are out there looking for these types of properties right now. So there's some hot areas of town, certainly, where these investments are working out pretty well. Anybody else have anything to add to the conversation?
No, you did good there.
I'm just talking for 4 minutes.
You did really
here.
good there, and we appreciate that, Keith,
Okay.
very much. There are some opportunities for, just speaking of people who are empty nesters and liquidating assets and those types of things. Contract for deed comes to mind. You see a lot of that with investment properties, especially when you get more towards the commercial side of things, where you're selling, maybe a small building or a fourplex or eightplex, something like that, where the seller doesn't necessarily want to. They're liquidating, right? Because they're trying to clean up their assets, clean up their estate and whatnot. So they're trying to liquidate some of these assets, but they don't want all that cash and all that profit to be recognized in a given year. A contract for deed is a great opportunity for them to defer some of that. And this isn't a tax show, but it's just a good opportunity for them to defer some of that income and push it off and spread it over a number of years.
The other thing that comes to mind is we've got a past client who owns investment properties who's refinancing and putting them on a shorter term. So they went from a 30 to a 15. They've got good cash flow because the rental market's really strong, right? So he's got good rent. So he could shorten his terms. He's cash flowing a little bit less, but he's paying that. He's on a 30-year right now, and he paid on it for 2 years, so he's got 28 years left. So he put that all the way down to a 15-year now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And now his cash flow reduced a little bit by about under $100 change in his cash flow because of what the rent was. But boy, we looked at the interest savings. What a great move.
Yeah,
and now 15 years, he's out of that deal. Now it's just a retirement piece.
Yeah, and we can always remember to call Kelvin at 651-231-2500 to talk about the financing needs. I have a couple friends where when they buy their investment properties, they buy them on 20s.
Really?
Right now, especially because interest rates are so low, we know that the interest rate environment can't stay for this long, so they're just straight buying them on 20s. We're in our late 30s. Their plan is to have them paid off in that period of time, so it just makes financial sense to just up front know that we're going to be making those payments and get it paid off over the course of the next 20 years. What I've been noticing is I've been out shopping just with buyer clients is that certainly the flip type market where somebody can go in and buy a property for $169,000-$170,000 and sell it for $230,000 or $240,000. It's really challenging. There's not a lot of inventory out there. People don't buy at $170,000 anymore. Now they're buying at like $210,000, $220,000, and then they're making improvements to property and selling them at $250,000, $260,000, $270,000, or trying to. So what I've noticed because of that is that I've seen less care given, again now, less care given to the improvements being made on properties. So you can tell that people are trying to pinch on the budget as opposed to getting such a great deal on something and being able to turn that around and make a large profit. It's more of a buy and hold type market right now with less inventory being available, with the foreclosure and short sale activity being so low. There's not a lot out there really to choose from to the deals. Where are the deals? Our market has improved so much that they're just not around as much as they used to. But interest rates are extremely low, so if you can get something that needs some work, minor type work or major, if you hold that property over a period of time, you get somebody else to pay for that home. With where the interest rates are, it's so inexpensive. You throw a little money at it and really invest into it by putting a 20 or 25% down, and then now get somebody else to pay the bill for the rest of the property. It's a great tool. Real estate is in this market right now to plan for college savings for your kids, all these things. So awesome opportunities out there still for that reason. Give us a call at 612-627-8000. Remember to always call Calvin at 651-231-2500 for those financing needs. 20 seconds.
Yeah, real quick. Do you have any properties right now that are good investment properties for people to be looking at that you guys might have in your pocket?
Yeah, actually, I've just this past week, as I went out looking around town, previewed a couple of foreclosure properties. There's 2 HUD properties that are on the market that I just recently walked through that need a lot of work. So if you are an investor and you're looking at putting some money in, I took a picture of something here. I actually saw mold on the walls in the basement. Now, again, we used to see this problem with like cheetah-type mold. I have a couple properties like that I just looked at, and you could turn them and burn them, but you got to put a lot of money into these things, so you got to be a true hard investor to do it. Give us a call, 612-627-8000, if you're looking to invest in real estate, buy and hold, buy and sell. 612-627-8000. Seniors getting a call right now, 612-627-8000. We'll be right back.
Get that Rack Shack attack, Rack Shack barbecue, yeah.
AM 1280, The Patriot.
Coldwell Banker Burnett serves home buyers and sellers in Minnesota and western Wisconsin. Our professional sales associates provide a full-service, one-stop shopping real estate experience. And we've got the latest technology to market your home or assist with your home search. Visit cbburnett.com online or on your web-enabled cell phone. Coldwell Banker apps are also available for your iPhone, iPad, or Android device. Wherever you go, we've got the home search tools you need. Go to cbburnett.com.
Today's stringent lending guidelines are challenging enough, so when you're finally ready to close, call Burnett Title to get the job done right. Since 1981, Burnett Title has been an industry leader providing title insurance and closing services for residential, new construction, and commercial transactions. With 19 closing locations, Burnett Title can expedite your closing, whether it's in the Twin Cities, Rochester, St. Cloud, or western Wisconsin. For information, call 952-844-6200 or go to BurnettTitle.com. 952-844-6200.
Do you struggle to get rid of stubborn fat regardless of how much you diet or exercise? Whether it's love handles, belly fat, thighs, or a double chin, now there's a proven solution. Go to IneedCoolSculpting.com. Cool Sculpting is a procedure for men and women that eliminates stubborn fat safely and effectively without surgery or downtime. It's the only FDA-cleared procedure that uses controlled cooling to safely and effectively target and eliminate diet and exercise-resistant fat. Now, for a limited time, you can save 25% off by going to IneedCoolSculpting.com. Our prices are the best in the business, and our office is conveniently located in Eagan near 35E and Diffley Road. The consultations are free, and the results are amazing. IneedCoolSculpting.com will allow you to see a more confident reflection of yourself. To receive 25% off, go to IneedCoolSculpting.com. Experience you can trust, prices you can afford. Check out IneedCoolSculpting.com for complete details.
Congratulations! You finally found your dream home. They've accepted your offer. And now, you need a closing company that can bring it all home. What you need is Global Closing and Title Services. Global Closing and Title is licensed for residential and commercial transactions here in Minnesota and Wisconsin and can close anytime, anywhere at your convenience.
Call Global Closing and Title at 952-895-8400. That's 952-895-8400. Or go to gcstitle.com.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm the football your buddy fired through your windshield. The cooler that tumbled out of a pickup and onto the hood of your car. If you're a football fan, eventually we're gonna meet. So get Allstate, where agents help keep you protected from mayhem. Like me.
Are you in good hands?
Start protecting yourself from mayhem today. Call Allstate Agent Brady at 952-905-2735. Coverage subject to terms, qualifications, and availability. Allstate Indemnity Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
And now, we return to the purveyors of real estate knowledge, your Real Estate Chalk Talk.
Hey, welcome back. If you're just tuning in, this is Real Estate Chalk Talk. We're broadcasting from the Rack Shack Barbecue Studio in the Twin Cities. I'm Keith Hittner Sr. here in the studio with Keith Hittner Jr., and you can reach us at 627-8000, 627-8000. Say fall planning business season is here, so if you're gathering the troops to attack your sales goals, charge that sales team up with a healthy protein option by calling the Rack Shack Barbecue Corporate Catering Hotline. The number to call is 612-326-0430. They've got all the meats that you need to get your crew strong and ready to attack the fall quarter. Go to RackShackBarbecue.com, click on the catering link, fill out a little form, give them a little idea what you need, how many people you got, and Elliot will reach out to you and get you all hooked up. We have Charlie Britt here in the studio with the grounds crew. We're going to be talking a little bit about fall maintenance, fall cleanup, getting the house battened down and ready to go for winter. The grounds crew, the phone number to call if you need a little help with that fall cleanup, 952-292-3285. That's 952-292-3285. Charlie, where you operate from?
We're out of Savage.
Work out of Savage, and you cover what area of the Twin Cities?
The South Metro and the West Metro.
South and West Metro.
Correct.
What would you say now if I'm calling you and I want you to do a fall cleanup? I just call. I don't know nothing. I need a fall cleanup. What are you going to do?
We right now we're waiting until the leaves fall, of course. But at the end of next week, we'll start doing our turf-only fall cleanups, and that's just vacuuming the turf area because all the leaves aren't down yet. But a lot of our customers do that just in case we have an early first snowfall, and at least then your turf area has been cleaned up and won't go through the whole winter with leaves on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we come back in the second or third week of November and do a full cleanup. That's blowing out all the landscaping, trimming down all of the perennials, and then vacuuming everything up. That'll get all your late falling oak trees and everything, and all of your perennials that have died because the temperatures have dropped.
Sure. Talk about trimming shrubs and bushes in the fall. How do you do that? How do you know what some you're supposed to trim, some you're not?
Well, you're trimming pretty much all of your bushes in the fall. The spring is the time that you are picking and choosing which ones to trim. If you have flowering bushes, you want to leave those alone in the spring. In the fall is when you want to cut them back. We did that the last part of September.
Okay.
But it's now still a good time to do it too. But yeah, you can trim everything in the fall.
And so hospices and all that stuff, you cut them all down for people?
Those are perennials. We include that in our fall cleanups.
Okay.
Yeah, anything soft that comes back every year that's not
prairie grasses and things like that.
A lot of people choose to leave their prairie grasses till spring. It's just your choice because they like the look through the winter.
The look in the winter. Yeah.
But there's no other reason other than just aesthetics.
Yeah.
Yeah, all your perennials.
Although all the rest of the perennials are going to be mush in the spring, so you might as well get them cleaned up.
It will
be.
be.
What's the benefit of making sure the leaves are up before that first snow? What kind of impact does it have on the grass?
If you leave leaves through the whole winter, if you have like mounds of leaves, if you don't get them up right away in the spring, it could lead to mold. It could lead to, areas that just don't grow back. You just have a bare area of grass now. It just suffocates your lawn. It's not good for the spring thaw, and usually it's too soft in the spring to get.
So as we're getting into fall, I mean, some of the trees are starting to fall, like the maples and the smaller ones, the large. You're seeing leaves around now. So you guys cut lawns as well, part of your services, right?
Yeah, we're mowing for one more week
just
to mulch everything up. I think get everything short.
Talk about mowing leaves, leaving them. There's a lot of misconception out there about what to do. What do you guys think?
If you have a very small amount of leaves, you can mulch them up and just leave them. If you live in a new development where all your trees are less than 5 years old and it's just a couple leaves here and there, you could just mulch those up. Yeah. If you live in an older development with lots of leaves, you want to get those up and get those out.
Yeah. So if you wake up in the morning, your whole backyard is covered with cottonwood leaves or whatever.
Don't mulch those up.
Yeah,
you're going to have a thatch problem. Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
And that's a problem too, because they sell thatching mower or mulching mowers, and everybody thinks they're being so organic about it and all that. And then the next spring they go out and they got to get the mulcher out there or the dethatcher out there and dethatch it because it builds up, and that's not good either.
What about aerating yards? Do you do that and overseeding?
Yep, we've been doing that the whole month of September, and we're still doing it through October. Aerating and overseeding is a fall service. There's no better time to seed than the fall, and there's no better time to seed than after aeration. And right now, still a great time. You're putting the seed down now for germination in the spring. A lot of people think it's too late. A lot of people think, well, I'm not going to get any growth. Well, the seeding in the fall is meant for the spring.
Right.
So
when you're doing that dormant seeding, is there a time frame when it's you don't want to do it because it's going to grow and then be so tender that you're going to get the winter kill, or do you lay off for a couple weeks saying, we're kind of in this no man's zone, or you just keep plowing right through?
We just keep plowing right through. If you overseed in September, a lot of your fescue grasses will start to pop. Your Kentucky bluegrass it's your dense, dark grass that takes a long time to grow anyways. You probably won't see that growth until the spring, whether you overseed in spring in September or October.
What's your opinion about fall fertilizing? You've got a lot of the fertilizer companies that have a special fall fertilizer and that they push and promote. What's your opinion on that?
It's one of your most important. Between the fall winterizer and then the spring pre-emergent, those are your two most important applications. So yeah, definitely don't miss those.
Don't put your lawn to bed hungry.
Yeah.
Do you do that as well?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Full fertilizer packages. We promote the 5 application programs.
I'm just going to give your website so folks listening can go to your website and see all your services. That's tgcpropertyservices.com, tgcpropertyservices.com. We're talking with Charlie Britt, owner of The Grounds Crew, 952-292-3285.
I want to talk a little bit about your snow plowing services, but before we do that, I just want one question: liquid or dry fertilizer?
Fertilizer you want dry. You want that to be granular because you want it to be slow release. Your weed control is liquid.
So in the fall, that dry fertilizer is going to be broken down and absorbed into the soil over the winter.
Exactly, and it's going to be there in the spring when the snow starts melting and then it starts dissolving. It's everything in the fall is you're getting ahead of the spring.
Mm-hmm. Root development and that kind of stuff. Okay, talk about your
quick
snow.
Question before that.
Okay.
Tree, do you do any tree trimming, stuff like that for fall cleanup? People want, stuff kind of cut back because it overgrew during the summer.
In our contracts, we include anything below 18 feet. So we do a lot of we trim up trees. We do a lot of trimming up of pine trees, and then all the low hanging branches of trees. But we sub out all of our big tree stuff.
Okay.
So we don't do we don't have a boom
climbers.
Truck. Yeah, we don't have climbers in house.
All right. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about your snow services. Tell us something about that business and what do you offer?
We offer snow services in the South Metro and West Metro. Our contracts in snow, the big number is your trigger inch. That's going to decide how expensive your program is and how much service you get. We promote 1 inch. A lot of companies do 1, 1.5, or 2. At 1.5 or 2, if you leave anything below, if you leave a 1 inch storm or a 1.5 inch storm, you're just going to have ice the rest of the winter, and then you're going to have to use a lot of salt to get rid of that. So we promote the 1 inch. It's a little bit more expensive, but you get way more service and you have a much cleaner driveway throughout the whole.
Now, so on your 1 inch, do you shovel or do you blow it off, or what do you do?
We take care of everything. We don't want our customers to have to do anything. So we include shoveling to the front door. We include the city sidewalks, everything.
What about salting services?
Generally, our residentials don't do a lot of that. We do have some snowbirds and people who don't want to do anything, and it's on call, and we charge maybe $20-$25 to do saltings at their request. But that's more of a commercial service generally, just because no other reason than homeowners just kind of do it themselves.
Is it actual salt, or what do you use?
There's a couple of different kinds: salt, sand, and then there's stuff for sidewalks called magnesium chloride. That's easier on your cement. We use for parking lots is just road salt.
How about pet friendly?
Pet friendly gets a little bit more expensive. That would be a special request for sure. But yeah, salt is one of the. There's nothing better than salt to clear your driveway, but it is harmful for your grass. It's harmful for your cement. It's there's no easy way around
kids
that.
Start licking the ground.
Yeah, probably keep their.
It's good for them though.
Probably keep their tongue off the cement.
Do you have to be in contract? So if there's a big snow and you say, "Yeah, I need some help," versus doing it all the time.
Can you do a one-up or
you do a one-off
during? Like a day or two after a storm, we'll do one-time service. But during the storm, we do all contracts because it's usually the middle of the night. We want our drivers to have the same route every time. It gets a little tricky when people are calling in the middle of a storm, being like, "Can you get to me?" We keep our prices low by having an efficient route for each.
So all those snow apps out there,
Yeah.
I remember from last winter. Now I'm remembering I had a couple buddies that would do that when there was a bad storm.
Yeah. You're usually
that's kind of like Uber for
you're paying a
your
premium
driveway.
though then.
Exactly. Well, you're probably paying a premium. I haven't ever checked those out, but in my mind, it's probably somebody who just got into snow plowing this year or last year, and they don't have customers yet, and I don't know other reason why you'd do that.
Because you get paid a premium.
Well, I think you pay a premium because the app takes.
They
take
20 or
30%,
and you're probably driving all over the place trying to
exactly.
find it too. Right?
Exactly.
Well, thanks for coming in again, Charlie. Charlie Britt, TGC TGCPropertyServices.com, TGCPropertyServices.com. His company is The Grounds Crew, 952-292-3285. TGCPropertyServices.com. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me again.
You bet. This is Real Estate Chalk Talk. We're going to head out to break here. Please log on to realestatechalktalk.com. That's realestatechalktalk.com, or give us a call, 612-627-8000, 612-627-8000. On our website, you will be able to find properties for sale and check your home value. Again, that's realestatechalktalk.com. And we will be right back after these messages.
Get that Rack Shack attack, Rack Shack barbecue. Ooh, 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 yeah.
AM 1280, The Patriot.
The highly trained plumbing technicians of H2C Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing can do it all. 50 years of experience helping local homes and businesses with their plumbing needs and issues with water heaters, bathrooms, leaky faucets, and pipe repair. Providing free estimates and bringing back fair pricing to the Twin Cities, and providing 24/7 emergency service. H2C Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Visit myh2c.com.
When we made an offer on our dream home, it was contingent on a home inspection by Inspecta Homes. It was money well spent.
Since 1981, Inspecta Homes has helped buyers evaluate homes. They inspect everything from the grade and drainage to steps, decks, porches, and roof. Inside, they evaluate the windows, doors, and the mechanical systems, so you know you're making a wise choice. So be smart. Call Inspecta Homes for your home inspection, 651-641-0641, or go to inspectahomes.com.
What's on your travel horizon? For some, it's the city, others a tropical oasis, or perhaps it's a cultural experience. At Travel Leaders Apple Valley, we recognize travel as a personal experience. Whether you need to seal a Shanghai in Shanghai or catch some rays in Hawaii, it's our ambition to give you the personal attention, expertise, and exclusive advantages to help you embrace the joy of travel as much as we do. Travel is more than just a booking. Our experts are your personal guide to the world, from advising you of all the options, sharing insider tips on destinations, to understanding the complexities. We have a passion for travel. Most importantly, our travel experts give you the peace of mind knowing that you can rely on us throughout your entire travel experience. Whatever is on your travel horizon, for great offers on hotels, cruises, and more, contact Travel Leaders Apple Valley at 952-432-6272 or visit travelleaders.com/Apple Valley MN. We get you. When you travel with Travel Leaders Apple Valley, you travel better.
Overwhelmed by your next move? Then take action and call Action Moving, your local Atlas Van Lines agent. With 27 years experience, Action Moving provides quality, reliable moves guaranteed. Get free estimates and competitive rates on local and interstate moves at 1-800-328-3803 or go to actionmoving.com. That's 1-800-328-3803 and mention you heard it on Hittner Real Estate's Chalk Talk Radio. Member of the Better Business Bureau.
Wow. TPM Flooring's private showroom is amazing. Wow. I've never seen a better selection of flooring. Wow. TPM Flooring gave me an on-the-spot estimate for my hardwood flooring. Wow. Their installers did a fantastic job. They vacuumed their way out the door. Wow. Put the wow into your next project with TPM Flooring of Burnsville. They supply and install carpet, vinyl, hardwood, and ceramic tile for your home or business. Wow. TPM Flooring. Online at tpmflooring.com.
And now, we return to the purveyors of real estate knowledge, your Real Estate Chalk Talk.
Hey, welcome back to the program. This is your Real Estate Chalk Talk. We're broadcasting from the Rack Shack Barbecue Studio here in the Twin Cities. RealEstateChalkTalk.com is the place to go to get all that vendor information to help you fix up the house. Either get it ready to sell, or why not get it tuned up and ready to go for the holidays. The holidays are coming. And remember, barbecue is a great holiday party food because it's really good.
It's good stuff.
It's just good. Really good, and it's good comfort food.
So don't
It's
read
so
the commercial.
easy.
Just say, hey, it's good food.
It's good. You know,
Just
give them a
go.
call, 612-326-0430. Elliot will get your holiday party, Halloween party, pre-order your Thanksgiving turkey, get it all set up. We got that coming online here pretty quick, too, don't we, Keith Areno?
That's right.
Go to the Rack Shack Barbecue store, order that turkey online, and you can pick it up on Thanksgiving.
As soon as we can figure out how to do a will call on that website,
we can figure it out.
We'll be ready to go.
Hey, I have a question for you, Senior. I called you a couple times this week, and you were en route to listing appointments. Do you have any new listings coming on you want to touch on?
I do have one. In fact, I'm going to be out this weekend taking pictures of that listing, 15900 Dakota Lane in Rosemont. It's a really nice rambler. $369,987. A little over an acre lot, backs up to a pond, great backyard, walkout, lower level, beautiful open floor plan, nice big open kitchen. Just a terrific house. Clean as a whistle, concrete driveway, everything that you want. Luxury master suite. $369,987. Look for that coming on the market this week.
What's the square footage on that?
I don't know exactly what the square footage is.
Ballpark?
It's probably about 3,500 square feet total, somewhere
Really?
in that
How many
neck of the woods.
beds?
1,500. 3-bedroom, one on the main level, of course.
Okay.
Formal dining, open floor plan on the main level, and then a couple bedrooms down. Nice recreation area downstairs, beautifully finished. Really nice house. Really, really a nice house for $369,987.
That's a great price.
Nice rambler. Say, I got something I wanted to talk to you about. I don't have any more properties that I want to mention right now, but I wanted to talk a little bit about a new program that we've got coming on that I'm pretty excited about. That's our VIP home ownership program. If you've been through a divorce, you've got some medical issues, your business failure, something like that, some life catastrophe that happened to you. You want to buy a house, you want to invest in some real estate, but you got these bumps and bruises on the credit. You know how all these credit repair companies are out there. They scam you. They take your money up front. They say they're going to fix your credit, and then they never do. We've got, as an in-house service with the Hittner Group, we've got a credit repair service. It costs you nothing. You gotta call us up. We'll have a little chat with you, see if you qualify for the program. Then we get you in the program. We fix your credit. And there's no cost at all for fixing the credit. Any upfront costs that are involved with actually performing the service, we've got direct ties to the credit reporting agencies that we can tap into. We cover all those costs. All you've got to do is cooperate and want to, and we'll get you hooked up. We'll assign you to an agent that's knowledgeable in the area that you want to live in. For example, this week we had a gentleman who wants to be in the western suburbs. The western suburbs, some of those lakes areas in Excelsior and Minnetonka and Wayzata, you really got to know what you're doing. You really have to know the area because a lot of those properties sell prior to coming on the market.
Really?
So we've got a team member out there that is very knowledgeable, knows networked into that area, knows the agents, knows the inventory, so that you're not getting no second-class service, all first-class service. And, of course, then we get you tied into Kelvin and all the loan programs that you can possibly imagine, government-sponsored loans, first-time homebuyer loans, jumbo loans, the whole gamut, and then our global closing and title services, of course, will take care of your title costs. The vendors that participate, all the stakeholders are paying for this service on your behalf. So if you've got a grandchild or a son or daughter or even yourself who wants to buy something you think you can't, call us 612-627-8000, and we'll get you tied into this program, and you will be on your way to home ownership or investment property ownership.
Yeah, what we find is a lot of times people they just get kind of overwhelmed, I'd say, or paralyzed with where they believe their credit to be or believe their financial picture to be. And we've seen it all. So to be able to take a look at this for you and point you in the right direction really to getting back on track is something that we and our team members certainly pride ourselves on doing. It's always exciting to take somebody that has these challenges and just bring them all the way through to what their ultimate goal is, and that's to get settled back in financially and settled back into their lifestyle in their own home or townhome. So give us a call, 612-627-8000.
One thing I wanted to just chat about a little bit was that we talked earlier about the time of the year. Last week we were talking about the time of the year and the things that you do differently. I want to talk a little bit about a seller at this time of the year and what is a very typical seller for this time of the year, and that is the snowbird seller who is just starting to think about pointing their nose towards Florida or Phoenix or wherever they go for the winter. and they're thinking, you know something, maybe we should just sell the house and get out of here and maybe not have to deal with it and come back. And we hardly ever come back, or they no longer plan on coming back. So you're seeing a lot of that activity on a listing side where sellers are deciding that they're going to go. Sometimes they're not going to put the home on the market right now. It's a conversation. Many times these conversations will go on for 2 years before a person finally decides to pull the trigger. On the other side of that coin is the person who has been maybe going south for the winter for a number of years. And they are now looking at buying a place. They're here. They're not satisfied with the place that they want. They want a base camp. And they don't want the big house anymore. They want to get rid of the big house, the 2-story, whatever, and then get themselves into a base camp situation, a townhouse or something simple, a rambler. Boy, these Richfield Ramblers and Bloomington Ramblers are just so ideal for them and for that niche market. But those people, for the first time, are competing with first-time home buyers over those properties.
Interesting.
And it's making that property very valuable and very sought after. So if you're living in Richfield, if you're living in Bloomington, if you're living in one of those older areas of Eagan or Burnsville or any of the western suburbs where there's a lot of ramblers in that area, valuable real estate in that area, moving up in value, lots of demand.
Yeah, it's a price point too. I mean, to try to find something in that price point, there's going to be competition and waiting competition from all generations, essentially. It makes it a valuable and sought-after item. So,
know what else I find about those properties, Keith, is the lots. You know, the home sites tend to be very generous. And so you've got a lot of backyard space for a number of things. If you want to put a pool in for the family, you can do that. But there's lots of room there for additional garage space. Many times those areas have detached garages, and you can attach them with a breezeway or a porch area.
Oh, really?
It makes it really, really nice. And workshops. You know, to punch out a little extra garage space off the side, have a workshop out there. You can go hang out, get away from Mama.
Senior's talking himself into it.
I am. I would be in one of those in a second.
He's buying the place in Rosemont, it sounds like.
That place in Rosemont would not be bad, I'll tell you. I could live there, real easy. You get rid of that.
You just have to talk to your wife into it.
That ain't going to happen. Nope. That ain't going to happen. She's preparing right now, or as you're listening, we had 24 women at the house all weekend.
4?
Scrapbooking.
Oh, good Lord.
Yep. Scrap up, but those are the kinds of things that you do when you have a house, that can accommodate that kind of stuff. And
it's fun, and they love
doing that. They talk, and they're scrapbooking until 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, and then they crawl upstairs and go to bed. They're back down at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning and scrapbooking again, sitting there in the chair in their pajamas.
You got your own little table going then too, or what?
Oh yeah. I like to cut the stuff out for them.
I bet.
No.
So what do you do? So when they're all
this weekend it was a good deal because her dad came along, so he and I have been working out in the garage. You go out you got your heat ducts. You know how you got that insulation wrapped around the heat ducts?
Yeah.
You know how it comes loose every now and then? It comes loose, right? And so it needs to be retaped. That's a project, but it's something that you just put off and put off and put off, and all of a sudden, when the father-in-law's in town, it seems like a pretty good project to do. It keeps you both busy.
You guys want to come over to my house?
Yeah.
You can do that. Did you get your installation, everything dialed in?
I did.
You talked about that last week on the show as well.
You know what I noticed? The house is quieter.
Really?
Yeah. We added another 10 inches of insulation up in the attic and foamed the ridges, put some actual venting in. And it's quieter.
Yeah, because where you're at, you get a little flight traffic from the airport.
Right over the top of the house.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Yeah.
So not only insulating better, saving money, but also nice quiet environment to hang out in.
What's great about that is you're going to get your money back. It's just a matter of how long is it going to take.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
The money is coming back.
Yep. So. Well, refinance that house, get that rate down, and then you're hitting on all cylinders then.
Yep. Then we can afford to. Then we can get refinanced and get it paid off. Do the bi-monthly thing. I was thinking about that this morning. Knock a couple more years off.
All kinds of options. We're going to come back in with the money segment, and we'll give you Calvin's number here: 651-231-2500. He's our mortgage guru. We'll talk more with Calvin in the next segment. This is Real Estate Chalk Talk. 612-627-8000.
Get that Rack Shack attack, Rack Shack barbecue. barbecue. Yeah.
AM 1280, The Patriot.
New Age Technologies provides effortless entertainment and control with the push of a button. We conceive, customize, and install innovative technologies for your home and business, including home theater systems, home security, whole home audio, commercial and home automation, and home surveillance, and much more. Discover our residential services or commercial services and contact us today for more information at nahometheater.com.
New Life Contracting, specialists in roofing, siding, windows, gutters, and paint for your home. New Life Contracting features GAF Master Elite Roofing Contractors. Only 1% to 2% of contractors nationwide qualify as Master Elite Roofers. That means New Life Contracting can offer better warranties on the GAF product lines. That means special training every year and extended warranties that put New Life Contracting into an elite club that wins awards and provides unmatched service and work for you since 1998. Learn more at newlifecontracting.com and click on Free Estimate.
This is Larry Elder for the Salem Radio Network. It's an article of faith that President Obama needs a Hillary Clinton win to preserve his legacy. And what legacy is that? His crowning achievement is, of course, Obamacare, touted as better, cheaper health insurance. As we now know, households are struggling under higher copays, higher deductibles, higher premiums. Mr. Obama has also presided over the slowest economic recovery since 1949. Hillary has repeated during her campaign that the president doesn't get the credit he deserves for saving our economy. She appears willing to continue Obama's slow-growth economic policies and transition Obamacare into single-payer. If Hillary follows through on her pledges, serious economists fear that America's financial ruin could occur before she completes her first term. So much for Obama's legacy. I'm Larry Elder.
Inefficient heating and cooling systems can really take a toll on your utility bill and comfort levels. The trained technicians at H2C have been helping local homes and business owners for over 50 years. They make sure that every system is operating at its peak performance. Energy-efficient heating and cooling systems from the highly trained experts at H2C Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, bringing back fair pricing to the Twin Cities. Visit myh2c.com.
Get that Rack Shack attack, Rack Shack barbecue. To do you right, you take time for a barbecue flavor that will blow your mind. Get that Rack Shack attack, oh, Rack Shack barbecue. Made fresh daily, we cater to you. Homemade sauces, secret rubs too. It's America's food and the right thing to do. Get that Rack Shack attack, Rack Shack barbecue. Yeah.
Welcome back to the program. If you're just tuning in, this is Real Estate Chalk Talk. We're broadcasting from the Rack Shack Barbecue studio here in the Twin Cities. RealEstateChalkTalk.com is the website to go to find out all the vendor contact information, and they'll help you get your home fixed up and ready to sell, or you can call us directly at 612-627-8000, and we'll be happy to help you in any way that we can. That first consultation, of course, is all with no cost and absolutely no obligation. Kelvin Kaemingk, the Money Man, is here. He's going to get you the best mortgage deal ever. You can call Kelvin directly. His number is 651-231-2500. I'm curious to chat with Kelvin right now, find out what's going on in the money markets. How's interest rates faring this week, Kelvin?
Not good.
Really?
Not good, actually. We're kind of on an uptick.
Why would that be?
Well, number of reasons. It broke. Watched a number of videos and read a bunch this week because we saw actually a pretty good increase in rates, and a lot of it is because as you know, there's a 200-day average, and then there's points where, like, if you break through the resistance, now you have a new floor, right?
Right.
Well, we broke through resistance on the upside.
Okay.
So they would always watch, hey, if the 10-year is over this, if it breaks through, here's where resistance. Well, it broke through.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now it's bouncing off that new floor, right?
Right.
So there's a lot of belief that that's occurring. Some of that's coming with the European countries are now. You know how before there was there's no bottom,
mm-hmm.
right? There was negative interest rates. Well, they're really doing a lot to push the negative back to zero.
Okay.
So there's a zero versus a negative. So that's pushing.
Are you talking about a Fed rate here for us, or what are you talking about?
No, I'm just talking about
floor?
30-year fixed mortgage interest rates.
The interest rates themselves.
So why they're being
what is
effective.
that? What is that ceiling? What was that ceiling?
What
4%?
was the ceiling? Oh, no, I'm talking about the 10-year Treasury, and that impacts 30-year mortgage interest rates. So mortgage interest rates in general are moving up right now because of what's happened with the 10-year Treasury, what's happening in the world.
The market took a dump this past week, so
didn't affect that.
No.
So when I just want to get clear so people understand what negative interest is, that's when you pay the bank to hold your money.
Correct. Yep. In a lot of these European countries, they're really they're pushing money into the economy just like we did, right? To at least get to a zero.
Mm-hmm.
So zero is your bottom, right? So it was that when you had negative interest rates where you're paying to have that money there, then you look at our 10-year Treasury and you're getting 1.7. Well, it's not just 1.7 or 1.8. It's actually more than that because you're negative here. So all that gets way a little too complicated. Rates are moving up. We think the Fed will raise rates December 14th. And there's a couple of things on the economy. You know, several members are in favor of raising the rates. Things that impact that, they look at the labor market. Well, once again, jobless claims hit new lows this week, so that looks good. I think it's tied to the economy or to the elections as well. And then they also look at inflation, and inflation's been increasing, also a support of them raising rates. So we believe that rates will increase for the Fed December 14th, but we believe that will trigger lower interest rates for us. Okay, so right now it's on a rise. And we think it's going to rise. I mean, it's up probably an eighth to a quarter point.
At what point does that get priced in then?
Well, we're in the midst of some of that right now, but we think it's going to continue to trend up. So you're going to be looking at, instead of 3.5, 3.625, you're looking at 3.75, 3.875 for 30-year fixed money. We see that trending up, taking a little dip after the Fed raises rates on December 14th. I think we'll have a window there, literally 2-3 days. And our strategy right now is, if anybody's looking to refinance, we're trying to get everything dialed in. We'll probably wait for that period. We'll get everything done, and we'll wait for that dip, and then we'll lock everybody down on a short-term lock and get them done. Because right now rates are kind of moving up a little bit, right? So we're just waiting for that. Like there's some, we have the majority of our pipeline locked, but we have some refinances that we're just starting saying, let's get going in the process. We believe there's going to be a little dip. We're going to take advantage of it. And then I think rates will start moving up again. And they think that rates are going to be about a quarter to 3 higher than they are right now, which would put us right about that 4% mark, 3.875.
Still ridiculously low.
Really low, but not for people who are looking to refinance. That's why if you're thinking about refinancing right now, that's why we got to have that conversation now. We can't. I mean, we've kind of kicked the can a lot in terms of because I'll always say, well, rates are going up, and then they never do, and no one believes me anymore. So now I'm saying again, rates are going to, but there's actually some data that's really supportive data this past week saying, I don't know that we're just going to dip back down, guys. And so I thought that was interesting this week to get an understanding of that and what's going on. So
it's got a big impact on your monthly nut. I mean, your monthly mortgage payment too, and your ability to buy, the affordability of housing when rates tick up, which they ultimately will. When rates tick up, as well as home values, which they've been continuing to do, ultimately it's going to cost more money to be buying homes, investing in real estate, etc.
Right. And one of the things you guys know I enjoy doing is I like going through the financial pitch with people. Well, some of the strategies that we're doing, especially with some of these investors right now, is looking at cash flow, shortening the term, interest. Well, that's a little bit of a process that you get together, go through the numbers. Well, we giddy up. So some of the strategic stuff we're doing, we got to say, let's have that conversation, but let's lock your rate.
Especially when there's such a significant difference between a 30-year rate and a 15-year rate. When you go back 20 years or 25 years on an investment property, there was never a 30-year mortgage on an investment property.
No.
It was 15.
Really? Wow.
It was 15.
I didn't know that.
All the investors, they were 15s. In part because as an investor, you didn't want to have that money tied up for that long a period of time. What made it go to the 30-year is when people start putting nothing down on investment properties. So then they wanted to
lower the payment.
They wanted to lower that payment and push it out because they were financing so much more. If you're putting 20% down, which was more traditional with an investment property, 20 or even more down payment, the interest rate wasn't that critical, and the payment wasn't that critical because you had good cash flow on the property. So then the mission was to get this doggone thing paid for as fast as we can.
Yep.
So 10s and 15s were more the norm in investment properties.
Well, I was talking to my oldest son. He's 17. He's a lot more inquisitive about what I do, and we were just talking about he's in a business finance class right now. So we were talking about they're doing mortgage stuff. So we were talking about that. And his comment was, well, why would anybody ever do like a 30-year? Why wouldn't you do 20-year? The payment's not that much different, and then you're done in 20 years versus. So and I'm going, gosh, there's a lot of wisdom there,
right?
And maybe the encouragement needs to be to our kids saying, hey, when you look for that home, let's put it on a 20-year note, not a 30-year note. Let's the amount of interest that we save just over those 10 years, and be in a position to be in a healthy financial position for our children. Makes a lot of sense too. So I love the 20-year note. I like the 15. 15 gets tougher, depending on the size of the home. What's interesting too, there's a good article that came out that I was reading that looked at the cost of renting versus buying, and how the percentage of income needed to afford median rent right now is, historically it's been 26% of incomes needed. Now it's 30%. And then the same on the buying a home. Percentage of income needed to afford a median home was 21%. Now it's 15%. So there's such a gap between what it costs to own a home versus rent a home. So if you're in a position or not sure if you can or cannot own a home, love to have that conversation. It is a good time to buy. There's a lot of people that aren't moving kids around, and we'd love to help them buy a home in the winter when they can get, or not the winter, but the fall, as we go into the fall market and winter market, to get that home at maybe a little bit of a discount, at least have that conversation, because it costs less to own than to rent. So that was good.
It's really fun to talk to the young people when they're coming in, and we've been around for so long that you've got so many people that we've helped through 2 or 3 or 4 different transactions, and it's fun to have to visit with people who were very conservative when they bought and didn't overextend themselves, put more money down and all that stuff. And now in their third house, they're in such a better position, all the way around. I mean, their mortgage is less, they're in a nicer home, they've got more cash in the bank, and they've got the cash in their account in the bank rather than the bank. The bank's still going to have the money, but the bank has it in their account.
Right.
So one final thought here on Wells Fargo. With the CEO being canned and removed, what are your thoughts on that? What do you hear?
I would appreciate being fired with a check for $13 million. I will resign today.
Yep.
If you will give me that check. So I think you had to see that coming.
Oh yeah.
And he worked out his parachute, and I think it's a freaking racket. It's just ridiculous, the stuff that occurs. But from his vantage point, he's not in the day-to-day of what's happening way down here. He's so far removed. But it does lend to what is the culture.
The culture at Wells has been going down for quite a while, and he is responsible for that. The mortgage. We had a file that we moved over from Wells Fargo on Friday over the weekend, and that they denied, and we had that file approved with American Mortgage and Equity. We had that file approved by Wednesday. And everyone that looked at that file, including the underwriters, were scratching their heads saying, we have no idea why Wells Fargo. It was straight guideline all the way through.
You got to be inquisitive, right, Kelvin?
Inquisitive, yeah.
Got to ask questions.
Got to ask questions to understand.
That's it for this week on your Real Estate Chalk Talk. You can give us a call at 612-627-8000, 612-627-8000. This is realestatechalktalk.com. Real Estate Chalk Talk is where we study the science of buying and selling real estate and the art of living in your home.
You've been listening to your Real Estate Chalk Talk with the Hittner Group, the leaders of the #1 Coldwell Banker Burnett real estate team in Minnesota. If you want to get more when you sell and pay less when you buy, call 612-627-8000 or go online to hittnergroup.com.
Hey, it's Kaemingk, the money man from Your Real Estate Chalk Talk. It's hard to believe that we're in our 7th season with the show. I love the conversations we have on a weekly basis and know that I'm here to help you with your new purchase or refinance. We never charge an origination fee, so don't believe your lender when they say it's a required or standard fee. Also, if you mention this ad, I'll cover the cost of your appraisal when we close on your home loan. It's time for a smart conversation. Call me today at 651-231-2500. Again, 651-231-2500. You're going to like the way we work. American Mortgage and Equity Consultants, NMLS number 150953.
Relief in Tucson red. Feeling better in Santorini blue. No matter what the color. Wow One Day Painting gets any job done in a day guaranteed. The experts at Wow One Day Painting take away your stress with a free on-site quote and spotless cleanup. Uniformed, professional, and on time. So stay mellow in yellow and relax when you have Wow One Day Painting on the job. Call Wow One Day Painting 1-888-969-1329. WowOneDayPainting.com.
Rain on my face. Hasn't stopped raining for days. My world is a flood. Slowly I become one with the